So, I'm going to be teaching you a quick guitar lesson on the song Peggy Sue by Buddy Holly. Hopefully it's a pretty quick lesson, but it might not be. So we're in the key of A major. Now, in order to write songs, you need to know what chords are in what keys. In order to understand songs that you're trying to learn, you need to know what chords are in what keys and what functions each of those chords has and the keys are in. So we're in the key of A major, which has these notes. Sorry. That's A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. So, basically, you do something called harmonizing that scale, which is like, you want to create triads with the scale. You want to create a chord based off of each note of the scale. There are 7 notes in the scale. A is the 1 note, because that's the first note in the scale. E is the 2 note. C sharp's 3. D is 4. E is 5. F sharp is 6. G sharp is 7. A is 1 or 8. It's 1. So basically you stack thirds on top of each note in the scale to create using notes from the scale. So basically a third is an interval between 2 notes, and it's an interval that spans the space of 3 note letter names. So in a third above A would be some sort of a C, because you have A, B, and C. Between the notes A and the note C, to go from A to C, you have to go from A to B flat, to B, then to C. So you're passing through 3 letter names. You're going through 4 notes, but 3 letter names, because you're going through B flat and B to get from A to C. So they're a third apart. So you're stacking 2/3 on top of each note of the scale. And when you do that, you end up with the chords in each key. And so you start on the first note of the scale, A, you stack a third on top of that, and you get that's C sharp. You stack another third on top of that, you get E. A, C sharp, E is our first chord in A major. That's an A major chord. Do the same thing with B. Take a B, you stack a third. That's the D, you stack another third. That's the F sharp. B, D, F sharp, that's a B minor. The second chord in the key of A major is B minor. And basically you build a chord upon each of the scale degrees, each note of the scale. So A major is the 1 chord, since it's built on the first note of the scale. B minor is the 2 chord, since it's built on the second note of the scale. The 3 chord is some type of C sharp chord, and it's a C sharp minor. The 2 and the 3 chords are always minor. The 1 chord is always major. The 4 chord is always major, so in this key it's a D major. The 5 chord is always major, so we have an E major. 6 chord is always minor, so we have an F sharp minor. 7 chord is always diminished, so we have a G sharp diminished. So, fuck. That's not good. That might ruin all my abilities to make this lesson. Okay, I think I fixed it. So we have these following chords in the key of A major. We have A major, B minor, C sharp minor, G major, B major, F sharp minor, G sharp diminished, A major. So A major is the 1 chord, B minor is the 2 chord, C sharp minor is the 3 chord, D major is the 4 chord, E major is the 5 chord, F sharp minor is the 6 chord, G sharp diminished is the 7 chord, A major is the 1 chord. So Peggy Sue, the song goes. secondary dominant. It's 5 of 4. It's the 5 chord from the key of D major. So in bar number 5, we go to a D major. And so to direct the ear towards the D major, we borrow a chord from the key of D major. Even though the song is in A major, it's a secondary dominant chord. Just Google Wikipedia. Look up secondary dominant on Wikipedia. A7 functions as a 5 of 4 chord. A dominant 7. When you're in the key of A major, you can use that, and it functions as a secondary dominant, specifically a 5 of 4. So the first measure, we're on A major. Measure 2, we go up to D major. Measure 3 and 4, we're on A major. No, measure 3, we're on A major. Measure 4, we're on A7. And 5 of 4. And 5 and 6, we're on D. 7, we're on A. 7 and 8, we're on A basically, but you back cycle. Look up back cycling. You go. So we're basically on A major for 7 and 8, but you back cycle. Look it up. And then 9, we're on E major. Bar 10, we're on D major. Bar 11, we're on A for half of it, then D for half of it. Bar 12, we're on A for half of it, then E for half of it. So that's a 12-bar blues. It's a quick change 12-bar blues where you go up to the 4 in measure 2. Look up a 12-bar blues. That's basically just a normal 12-bar blues right there. Nothing special there. Interesting part about the song is the next part where it goes. So that's an F major chord right there. You're going A major, F major, A major. So this part's also a 12-bar blues, but it's just like a reharmonized 12-bar blues kind of. You stay on A major for 2 bars. On bar 3 of the 12-bar pattern, you go to F major. And you go back up to A major. Then the rest of it is a normal 12-bar blues. F major is not one of the chords in the key of A major. We covered those. We have A major, B minor, C sharp minor, D major, E major, F sharp minor, G sharp diminished. So G sharp minor is in the key. So is E major, but not F major. Because there are 2 notes in that chord, F major, that are not found in the key of A major. But those 2 notes are found in the key of A minor, and so is the other note from F major, from that chord. So this F major chord is a borrowed chord, is what it's called, because when you harmonize the natural minor scale, that's the natural minor scale. When you harmonize it in the same way that you can harmonize the major scale, which is how we came up with all those chords, when you do that to the minor scale, you get F major. So F major is a chord in the key of A minor. So you can, it's called modal interchange. The song is in A major overall, but you're briefly implying the key of A minor momentarily by borrowing this F major from it. So it's this is a flat 6 chord. You refer to it as a flat 6 chord. It's a bar chord because F is the 6th degree of the natural minor scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And also F sharp is the 6th degree of the major scale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's called the flat 6 chord because 6, this is the 6th note, the F sharp, and if you flatten that, you get an F. You're flattening the 6th of the major scale to get F. And then you get the F major chord. So it's a borrowed chord. So this song, Peggy Sue, is all 1, 4, and 5, except you have that 5 of 4, secondary dominant, and you have this flat 6 borrowed chord. So this song has 2 different types of modal interchange on it. Very interesting. See you next time.